Hey, it is the Internet Supreme Court, and I am Dishonorable Judge Matt Kelly. Robert Bacon, unfortunately, could not make it. You see, he talked about how we all took the bribes that allowed us to go on the cruise ship. The thing that he didn't want to talk about was that because he didn't take the bribes, he's actually in D.C. right now with the real Supreme Court. So we're wishing him the best. There's not supposed to be any major cases, so he should be fine. But we are joined by the other dishonorable judges, Katie Hampton.
Well, hello, Matthew Kelly. Nice to see you. How are you?
Nice to see you. I'm all right. And we're also joined by regular dishonorable judge, Nate Lopez.
I guess I'll turn my mic on, huh?
That would be a good idea. Turn the mic on, then turn the audience on.
Ooh, all right. I can do that. Picture this. You're home alone. I'm nude, and you've got company coming in 7 minutes.
And speaking of turning people on, we have a guest judge joining us in Bacon's absence, the host of the One Hit Thunder podcast, the host of Chris Fafalios podcast, and the producer of Krista Makes a Podcast, Chris Fafalios Esquire.
Hey,
Howdy.
I became my 2008 YouTube personality for a second there. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Back in like the years when YouTube first became a thing, I had this character of Chris Fafalios who always wore an oversized sports jacket and talked like this. Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember from that era of Chris Fafalios on YouTube is that every once in a while you would send videos for the Geekscape video podcast, and the one was you shirtless reviewing Good Luck Chuck.
Good luck. Was that a Dane Cook movie?
That was a Dane Cook movie, yes.
Wow. God. Wow.
In that character, in that voice, you're like, he's annoying, it's stupid, but she falls in love with him anyway.
I don't know why I was doing that. I don't remember watching that movie either.
Maybe you were just reviewing the trailer. It may have just been a trailer review.
Okay.
Well, Nate, we keep drawing straws to make decisions here, and you drew the short straw on getting us into some talks about what's happening in the news. And you said we got 2 stories that we need to talk about.
Yeah. So the first one is infuriating. I'm only going to share the slides here. I'm not going to go full. So forgive me if it looks less cool than what Bacon would do. But where is it? There it is. We're going to do this one. So I've got, can you see it yet?
No, what is the name of it? Oh, I see it.
There you go. Yeah, so this is what we got here. I can show you a full screen here for a bit just so we can see it better, but I'm going to have to go down here in a minute. This is obviously Paddington Bear.
Yep.
It's a little statue. It sits in Newport. This is in the United Kingdom.
He's
There
eating
was a
marmalade
series
sandwich.
of what's that?
Eating a marmalade sandwich as is.
Yes, very much so. That he probably got from his hat. We all know Paddington. We all love Paddington. Paddington represents the best of us, or at least, what we could be.
Yep.
There were a series of these statues put all over the UK to celebrate the movie coming out, that third movie that I don't think anybody saw. But the first 2 were impeccable. Well, why am I telling you this? Because these 2 men, Daniel Heath and William Lawrence. Daniel Heath, William Lawrence. William Lawrence is a little shy. You'll see why. These are 2 Royal Air Force officers. In other words, people who should know better.
I literally thought that said 2 royal as fuck men.
That's what I thought.
You would think by looking at how Natalie they're dressed, that's like, those are royal as fuck.
I mean,
Problem is,
you're not wrong.
they are now 2 royally ass fucked men. Why? Because they do what you do in the military. They got drunk and they went looking for what they thought was harmless fun. Instead of harmless fun, they kicked and yanked a statue of Paddington, the fictional orphan bear who came to England from Peru, until they broke it in half and then they stole him. Oh my goodness. Well, guess what? How were they caught? Video, my friend.
Wow.
They have video of these foolish people for a full minute. They can't get this statue off of the street. You can see they're both dressed for a very good night out. There's people in this window here to the right. You'll see a car coming up here on the left, passing them. No one stops. No one says anything. These 2 are befuddled. He seems to be the aggressor here. Daniel Heath seems to be the one who really wants to do it. But William Lawrence, well, I mean, he's not saying no.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's the best part right there. And now, oh no, is he gonna? Yep. Now they're both guilty. So they put their backs into it. They put their butts into it. Tuck in your shirt, Harry Potter. Come on, let's go. Little bit more pulling, little bit more. They're getting frustrated, and we're
on
almost
those hamstrings.
for real. This is like they need to deadlift. I think. I don't know what's happening here. But
isn't that a gym right across the way there? Is that what is that?
Wow,
Yeah, what is
they did
Camp
it.
Hobson?
Oh
and
my
there we
God.
go. They ripped poor
Cut it in half.
Paddington right in half. If you didn't get a good look at it, we will pause it here at the end. They ripped him in half and walked away with the front half of Paddington Bear. Just awful.
Monsters.
I
Monsters.
gotta say, they don't look all that drunk.
Did you not see
mean-
him slip and fall trying to pick up a...
Oh no, I did. I caught it. But even still.
I'm with Katie. I'm with the dishonorable judge Katie here because I mean this is cobblestone. Those are very British fancy shoes, as that's what they wear when they go to the local pub. So I will mark it up to weak hamstrings and slippery road for that fall. I think they're more sober than they say.
I'm just surprised.
Is that their argument? Was the "we were drunk" argument? Is that a defense that you can use in England?
Well, they both pled guilty, so they admitted criminal damage. They owned up to everything. They were ordered to perform community work, pay restitution, and they have to pay for the damaged statue. So, it's all's well that ended well. But yes, they told the judge they were drunk. The judge asked them, my favorite part of this whole story, He asked them to read the front of the statue, which says, "Please look after this bear."
Oh no.
Oh,
Yep.
did he like publicly say that?
It says it, so it's canonically, Paddington has a patch that says, "Please look after this bear," because his uncle and aunt put it on him when he moved from Peru. So the statue has this legitimate sign on him that says, "Please look after this bear." The judge asked them to read it, asked them what they thought about it.
What did they think about it?
They were both admitted that they did not, and they felt bad.
That's all we could ask for.
That's it.
I
Feel
mean,
bad
there's
and
some
fix it.
redemption in that. I'm actually very glad for that.
That's, and I think I purposely avoided any American politics this week because all the bad people, well, they're not admitting they're bad people. And I appreciate that these two got in trouble, did something stupid, admitted it, and, paid for it. So I think that these two learned their lesson, in my opinion.
Love it.
That's
Yeah.
great. Cheers to that. Innocent on that presentation.
I agree. Do you have any other news you want us to talk
There
about?
is one story that no
Oh.
one will care about, but there's drama in CrossFit, my friends.
Oh no.
I know. That's exactly what I said. This week, this is how obscure this story is. The only one I could find that had it in print was a post on Reddit questioning the legitimacy of Cale Lehman's open score after this weekend's semifinal. That sounds like Greek to you. I know.
Yeah.
There was a big competition this
I know the
weekend.
word questioning and semifinal are the only words that register for me.
So
May
CrossFit.
Approach the bench and ask, "Is this a?" Okay, no, I got it. Never mind. I thought
Okay.
it may
You
be
can
about
still approach
basketball.
the bench.
No.
Yeah, we can high five at the bench if you want.
High five at the bench. Boom.
Nice. There's a big competition in CrossFit. CrossFit has its own head up its ass and likes to say that we're the fittest in the world. This man, Cale Lehman, is the 5th fittest right now. Problem is, he showed up at a competition this weekend and finished dead last by minutes. It's in the CrossFit world, losing by minutes is like losing by 54 points in an NFL game. And he was dead last all throughout the week. In fact, he was so dead last, there was a woman at this competition who gave birth to a baby boy 2 months ago who beat him. So,
What?
yeah, dead serious. He lost to her. So there's questioning because he was supposedly the 5th best scorer in the world up to now. They asked him for proof of these workouts. His iPhone didn't work. So they asked the judge who judged him. He doesn't exist. They asked the gym he worked out at. They've never heard of him. So,
Oh my God.
Wait, can I stop you for a
guy-
second? Are you telling me CrossFit is just on the honor system?
Right?
for the most part,
Is it-
yeah. Usually the top 100 athletes in the world will videotape everything and send it in. But in the first round, before you get to semis and before you get to the CrossFit Games, honor system, baby.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I'm a
It's
CrossFit
wild.
champion, y'all.
Yeah. I believe it. I've seen the videos.
Mhm.
Do we
Yeah.
think do we think that this person is even real and that maybe it's someone made up whose name is saying kale, like the food that people like to make fun of people that are healthy eating, and layman meaning lame man,
And
a lame
man.
kale man, a kale lame man?
Are you saying that you think this is a bit? This is an elaborate
Yes.
bit?
I
So-
think this could be a bit.
So there are people who think that he did show up at this competition last week. And so he has a face. They know who he is, and he's competed over a weekend. This particular competition he went to, it was an $80,000 competition. Top prize was like 40 grand or something. It was like, it's a legitimate competition.
yeah.
He showed up. No one had ever met him. And yeah, he got demolished. He's a very strong, 5 foot tall man who is disappeared back into the ether. No one can find him anymore. And I'm not sure. I will keep you all up to date as
Well,
this story progresses.
Do you think
but-
by any chance he may have created the company Testaments? Because I'm still looking for that guy too.
There's a strong possibility. I think,
Okay.
yeah, I think you're onto
Okay.
something.
All right.
This big story that only exists on this one Reddit thread.
Well, here's the thing: it's like it exists on like in the CrossFit world. So there's a bunch of videos about it on YouTube, but it all gets so inside baseball. It's just not fun. This is the only write up about it that I could find that is easy to read.
Gotcha.
So there you
Now,
go.
real quick, Nate. I know that you were a military man yourself of some form. Did you
Yes.
ever rip apart a national symbol when you were drunk or near drunk?
I did not, but I did climb a horse statue in the middle of Montreal. It was a 5-point intersection. I climbed it and rode the horse, and a cop told me to get down or he would deport me. So that was fun.
Okay, fair enough.
Military people are dumb.
Well, it sounds like that's the conclusion of the. What are you drinking over there, Katie? I see you sipping on something.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. Hi, I'm napping through happy hours, Christian cringes, what won the weeks is, and most importantly, Internet Supreme Court's most dishonorable judges, Katie Hampton. And today I wanted to bring to you something that I like. That's like an adult beverage in that it's still an adult beverage, but it's non-alcoholic. If you get what I'm saying. I really enjoy this beverage. It's really great. It's natural. It's vegan. It has a really amazing flavor. And, it's got that really good old-fashioned lemonade flavor kind of thing to it. So it's not herby, So since it's not herby or anything like that, it's pretty awesome. And I would give you the name of this product, but they haven't bought any ad space yet. So if they wanted to buy any ad space, I'd be willing to do it. Just putting that out there. But yeah, I'm doing a mix of that with a little bit of Croix. That's all it is.
All right. Well, Katie, it's appropriate that you're drinking right now because it's your turn to present. What is the cake you're bringing to us tonight? Also, Jackknife says he prefers the meat-based drinks, so he will not be partaking in what you have.
I think that's just broth. That's just broth, right?
Bone broth, yeah. Nate's all up to date on his fitness right now.
Thank you.
Listen, he's been up to his neck in this CrossFit controversy.
I have been just on the streets, pounding the pavement.
Do you guys remember that Ren and Stimpy character Kowalski, who was like supposed to be their son or whatever? Who was this big giant guy, and they asked him what he wanted to eat, and he just say meat. What do you want to drink, Kowalski? Meat. And then turned the tap, and the meat came out of the tap. That's what I thought about them.
Then cut to a horse. No sir, didn't like it.
I'm down to do that. I will definitely try that here on Internet Supreme Court if we have a nice meat drink for us. I'll do it. Full pork or whatever. But right now we're talking about shut up and take my money.
Yes.
What a great meme. But I want you to go back with me for a second. Imagine in your minds, in your scapes right now, that you are in the year 2010. Oh, yes. 2010. Obama is still in office. The iPhone 4 is about to release. 30 Rock is in its 5th season. Ooh. Modern Family is in its 1st season. Ooh. And then also season 6, episode 3 of Futurama releases an episode called Attack of the Killer App, in which a brand new, quote, iPhone, EYE phone, is released, and everybody starts to throw away their old phones, and they're all like old, like wall phones. It's hilarious. Really great bit. And then they go and get this, and they basically, it's an iPhone that gets inserted into your eye. And everyone waits all night in a long line that's all the way across town, and then they finally get in, and that's when we get this lovely scene right.
It's $500. You have no choice of carrier. The battery can't hold a charge, and the reception isn't very.
Shut up and take my money.
Beauty. Once I get my presentation back? Where did it go?
I remember that AT&T, weren't they the only ones who would carry iPhones for a while?
It's crazy to me that this is the second run of Futurama. Like for $1 billion, I would have said it was the first run of the show that this
Season
joke
6,
showed up
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, I mean, the iPhone 4 was around this time in 2010. Like that's how far back we are on this. I
That's right
mean, it
before they
is
got big.
15. Yeah. So basically that's where we get our very classic Fry, shut up and take my money. Okay. Now, this is not the only meme, because this is also known as what we call an exploitable, something that you can take the same image and you can create it in different scenarios, in different situations. So the other thing about 2010 was that it was a really great era for video games. I mean, incredible. That was the year it released Red Dead Redemption. That solid game. Yeah. The release of Mass Effect 2, that fun one. Great endings. There's also the remastering of God of War 3. You know, not everything was an actual image, but 2010 was rife with great releases, including several incredible movies like 127 Hours, Toy Story 3, and Inception. And in terms of technology, the iPad was also released in 2010. The very first Oculus Rift VR was released. And if you guys don't know about this is a good system. This is a really good system to get started on VR. Just putting that
And
out
a
there.
top 10 South Park episode.
Yes, there you go. Hell, we even had the very first commercial released jetpack on sale, the 2010 Martin Jetpack. Needless to say, there were a lot of things we wanted to throw our money at in 2010. But y'all, it's 2025. Your dishonors, what do we even want to throw our money at in 2025? You know, apart from delicious drinks that you might find at your local dispensaries. Whilst searching for anything in 2025 that might be something you'd throw your money at, you're not going to find much. Your search yields will have nothing. So there's also, we could apply this beautiful meme right here that is commenting on games in 2017 being sold for $60, and then in 2025 really being sold for $80. But my dear friends, apparently it's more like $90 a game now. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, Nintendo Switch 2. I know, $90 games. What are we doing? So this meme, not the squinting eye meme, which might be a little bit more applicable, because what else are we going to do, throw my money at, but like our groceries? I mean, our basic needs. Is that what we're throwing our money at? We can't use it. We can only really use the squinting eye meme from Fry. So here's the thing. Shut up and take my money, your honors, is antiquated. It's old. No one can relate to this meme anymore because no one has money to throw at anything, nor is throwing their money at anything except for essential goods. Yes, it serves no relatable purpose. So I propose that Shut Up and Take My Money should now go under the highly acclaimed reference point of the season 2 of Parks and Rec, also released in 2010, season 2 when it started to get good, Leslie Knope's fundraising abilities. And that is why I propose a change to Shut Up and Take My Money to Shut Up and Send Me Money. Okay?
Ooh.
Shut up and take my money? No. Shut up and send me money. I vote guilty for Shut Up and Take My Money, and innocent for Shut Up and Send Me My Money.
All right.
Well, first thing I want to say is that we've introduced something that I think is very crucial to the future of this show, which is there any human being who has created TV content that has become memes faster than Matt Groening of The Simpsons and Futurama. Like the amount of just still images with text that man has brought into our lives, unspeakably great. And because of that, because I know that if we give up Shut Up and Take My Money, that we still have about a bazillion other Matt Groening, Simpsons, and Futurama references that we can still utilize. I agree with you. Guilty. No longer shut up and take money.
I love it.
Am I last?
You can vote whenever.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
Since Katie said it, I have been trying to think of something that I would say shut up and take my money, because I would instantly be like, I need that right away. And I still haven't thought of anything. And it's been like 5 minutes since you said that. So I would probably agree. And I also want to make a quick note that I love, if any One Hit Thunder watchers or listeners are in here, you could play the drinking game because Matt mispronounced Matt Groening's name.
Yep.
Yeah.
There. Oh, look at that.
I mean,
There you go. Shut up and send her money.
Jesus.
Very good. Yeah, I'm going to go guilty too, because there's no use for it anymore. There might be a lot of uses for the Homer backing into the bushes meme these days. Boy,
every other day there's a reason to back into the bushes.
Or the entering the brothel and getting out immediately.
Yeah. Shut up and take my money is dead. Shut up and send me money is alive. I got to go guilty too. I don't know how to make a little thing come up, but
that's
we didn't send you all that stuff. It's all right.
I'll give you mine. Oh wait, nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's for you.
I'm just throwing this out there. One of these days, maybe for the month of September, we'll do Simpsons September. Only Simpsons-based memes.
I'm in.
So I'm right there. I think this is clearly guilty. There's nothing good going on. I'm thinking about things I know I'm going to pay for. Maybe opening night, Avengers Doomsday. And I'm still like, shut up. Here's my money.
Yeah.
Even
begrudging shut up, here's my money instead of take my money. Yeah.
Here's my money, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like, cool. I get all right. Yep. Let's see. Hey, how old is Ian McCullough? 85, huh? Okay. Yep, this is cool. So I agree. I think it needs to be there. I'm a big time Denver Broncos fan. When Peyton Manning came over from the Colts, he wore number 18. Number 18 is retired in Denver. So he had to ask them to unretire it. I think we're in that situation. We're just waiting for a Peyton Manning to come be president so we can unretire this meme.
Well,
it's guilty.
Well, thank you, Katie. That was full 4-way vote.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
So
shout out to my guy Kenny. Just putting that out there.
Chris,
I'm
you as the guest. We'll bring you up next.
Yes. I am here today to present a case against condescending Wonka. Who I have a whole case mapped out here, and kind of along the lines of what you'll see. It's kind of along the lines of what Katie did too. Now we all know this. I'm going to go to my second slide. We all know this meme. I would assume everyone in here has seen the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, correct?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
It's a 1971 film based on a Roald Dahl book. Roald Dahl being my favorite author. Is that bad that he's my favorite author? He's a kid's author. And I'm not going to say who. It's one point in my life when, as an adult, someone asked me who my favorite, I would maybe say Hunter S. Thompson. Now, I like Hunter a lot. But at one point I said Roald Dahl to someone, and they really got condescending with me about the fact that Like, that's a kid's author. What do you mean? I'm like, he wrote adult stories too.
Yes, he
And
did.
Also, his kid stories are really messed up.
They're
The
very
Witches
messed
is
up.
incredible. The Witches is an incredible book. I stand by that.
The Witches was the first one I ever read as a kid. I got it for
Same.
like Christmas
Wow.
or Easter or something. And
The pictures in the book used to scare me, but I loved it.
Quentin something made the Quentin Blake or something.
I
don't know. Anyway, Roald Dahl actually didn't like the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie. Strangely, he liked the Johnny Depp one. I don't know. Maybe it was more true to the book, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess he wasn't here to weigh in on the Timothy Chalamet adaptation.
I actually enjoyed that one, but I'm a big TC. I'm a TC fanboy.
Yeah.
Oh.
As we all know, Willy Wonka, he kind of murders children in this movie. Kinda.
Yeah.
It's kind of unclear, but it definitely has some bangers of songs in it. I mean, geez, the Veruca Salt song, woo! I Want It Now. That's a jam.
Very
we
good.
we also learned that the Candyman, for some reason, I guess, was it Ray Charles who did it? Somebody did it.
No, Sammy Davis Jr. did
Sammy
it. and it
Davis
was a
Jr.
huge hit. Yeah.
Did it in the 70s and it went to #1, the Candyman. Anyway, moving along. Gene Wilder, who played Wonka. He, in my opinion, he's the only guy that should ever play Wonka. He has curly hair. Don't ever see The Woman in Red. This is the movie. This is the movie that Gene Wilder directed and wrote the screenplay. It might be the worst movie I've ever seen. I don't know what Gene Wilder was thinking. I believe this movie, I watched it on Tubi, so you can maybe watch it for free. It is the shittiest movie I've ever seen.
It almost killed his career.
Yeah.
Did it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah,
was
ended
bad.
his hot streak.
Do you remember there was this thing? I mean, I'm sure it still exists to a certain extent, but like in the 70s and 80s where it was like, man, I hate my wife. I want to cheat on my wife so bad. I mean, think about Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation or whatever. Everyone, like,
or any movie.
yeah, like, I don't know. This movie was very that.
Fair. Okay.
Moving along. That brings us to the condescending Wonka memes. We have this shot of Willy Wonka, and I don't even remember this particular shot in the movie if he was being condescending. He was condescending most of the movie to a certain extent. This
I
meme,
feel like the setup of this is that he's like, they're just about to step in. It's one of two things. It's either in the middle of a song and he like leans over before he sings, or it's like just as they're about to like do the weird door thing to actually see the factory, and he's given like aren't you just so full of anticipation about what might, like, he's like,
I'm pretty sure that's it. I think this is right after the Schnozberry wallpaper.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, this meme first became popular in 2011. Of course, it's used to convey sarcasm or a patronizing attitude towards someone. And basically, they're just mean memes. Like, I have a few examples here of ones I just pulled off the internet. Oh, you're wearing green? Tell me about your Irish heritage. If someone was like wearing green on St. Patrick's Day or something. Just mean. Like, who cares? Oh, you wear a North Face jacket? You must go on so many adventures. Maybe you just like the jacket. I don't know. It's just, they're just mean. That's the main point here. These memes are just shitty and mean. Wonka, on the other hand, he ended up being nice in the movie. Yes, he may have inadvertently killed some children. Yes, he yelled at Charlie at one point. We didn't like that.
Speech. It's a great speech, though. The "you lose, sir" speech is top tier.
It was mean, but he ended up giving Charlie a factory and giving him a hug. Wonka is nice. Wonka is nice. Okay?
Yes.
Can we agree that Wonka is nice?
I like that your scale of nice or evil is like, listen, they may have murdered some children, but if they give a kid a hug in a chocolate factory, all that's wiped clean.
I mean, those kids kind of suck. The Gustus gloop. Do we really need gloop? I'm fine with living in a gloopless world.
I'm with you. Yeah. Good riddance.
Yeah.
Okay. I ask for. We'll get to the verdict towards the end. I'm asking for a guilty verdict on sarcastic Wonka memes. Here's another example. Oh, a Cinco de Mayo party? Tell me again where in Mexico you're from. Whatever, condescending Wonka. But before we get to there, I got to talk to you guys. I say we should have non-sarcastic Willy Wonka memes like this one. Here we go, Nate, for you. Tell me again about the frequency of your workouts. Exercise is a great thing to do for your body and mind. Keep it up.
Mhm.
It's just nice.
I love it. Affirmation Wonka.
Yeah. Willy Wonka needs to be nice now. The world is bad. There's lots of mean and dumb people. Mean memes are out. Nice memes are in. Tell me again about the kids getting out of school soon. I hope they have a lot of fun this summer. That's all I'm saying. We need some nice Willy Wonka memes. We need positivity with our memes. Willy Wonka can be encouraging. So you're posting pictures and wishing your father a happy Father's on Facebook? I wish him the best Father's Day. I just think we need some positivity in this negative world. It's okay for a meme to be nice. And I mean, I made note. I like to think that the Oompa Loompas were treated with respect and they were not, in fact, slaves. That's just a little thing I like to tell myself. He rescued them from somewhere where they were in danger, but now they have to work in the chocolate factory for the rest of their lives. But anyway, another example. This is a little one I created. Tell me again about how handsome the new Pope is. I suppose he's not too bad for an older gentleman. I think that's
Very nice.
I think it's fine for a meme to be nice.
This is
Very
the
nice.
sweetest meme thread I've ever seen.
I love it so much.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I ask you to say guilty to condescending Wonka memes, but not guilty to non-sarcastic Wonka memes. This is my pitch.
I mean,
I loved it.
I'm throwing the guilty up right now because you're absolutely right. We need more positive memes. I am team positive memes. I got more joy and laughter out of the non-sarcastic ones than the sarcastic ones, honestly. So, yeah, you got my vote. And my vote is guilty.
I made a meme right here on this last slide for you guys.
Oh, tell me again what a great show Internet Supreme Court is. It's a really great concept and it's hosted by some talented people. Now that seems like bribery, but we accept that.
I'm just saying, it's nice.
Yeah.
Listen, this is the era of fundraising. I like it. And I'm right there with you, Chris. I agree. This is a guilty meme. I need something
right.
more positive in my life. We've been too founded on some gross, toxic foundations.
Yes.
I'm going to follow. I also agree. This is very much guilty. I think that any kind of positivity we can bring to anywhere is good. Side note, there's a person on YouTube. I will find the name and at halftime. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Halftime.
That's what we call it?
Yeah.
Recess?
He's put in roughly like 14 hours on YouTube developing a theory about Willy Wonka and that train movie, the one with Chris Evans. Where the train
Snowpiercer? Wait.
Snowpiercer.
Okay.
Yes.
A Snowpiercer Wonka theory?
Yes. Snowpiercer Wonka. That Snowpiercer is canonically, and he is serious, the sequel to Willy Wonka. It's incredible. I've watched maybe a third of it. It's a lot.
You need to send that to me.
Yeah, I will. At halftime, I'll get that URL put in the chat.
Well, we will be going to a recess in just a second, but first, let's just make it a
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Chris, before we go to recess real quick, though, I think I'm going to we have a music-themed recess. So you're in some bands real quick. Do you want to promote Punchline real fast before we go to recess?
Sure. I play in this band Punchline. We have 25 plus years worth of music everywhere you can listen to music. And we got a few shows coming up with Wheatus. We're playing in Pittsburgh and Stroudsburg, PA in May. Come and see us. We got a new album coming out soon. And tons of music out there. So check us out, punchlion.com, or you can go to punchlinemusic.com. They take you to the same place. Lots of stuff there.
All right, well, we're going to take a 10-minute recess, and we'll be back with a cold case from me. And I have no clue what Nate's going to talk about, but I'm sure it will not be about the Titanic this week.
Approach the place, doors already open. Walk into a hot mama, that bitch was smoking. Take a hard left into the deli section. They got macaroni salad and other confections. When I walk up to the counter, I don't take a number. Give me that signature roasted ham or I'll put you in a slumber. Say Jewel, it's our main grocery store. If you got a Jewel card, saving less is more. I say Jewel, it's our main grocery place. If you shop at Trader Joe's, I'ma punch you in the face. Right in the face. Stroll up to the frozen section, I need me a Hot Pocket. Eggo waffles popsicle shaped like a fucking rocket. That's when I see a bitch with a lean cuisine. I can give her more nutrition if you know what I mean. This fox is hot. She's something from a dream. I wanna take her home and cover her in cream. Ice cream, Rocky Road, from my dick. That's gross. Extra groceries. I say Jewel, it's our main grocery store. If you got a Jewel card, saving less is more. I say Jewel, it's our main grocery place. If you shop at Whole Foods, I'ma punch you in the face.
It's our grocery store of choice. 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 It's our grocery store.
But no time for that. This line is fucking long. Time to read people. Take a hit off my bong. That's when security rolls up, tells me to stop. I need to go 187 on this motherfucking non-cop.
He thinks he's a cop, but he's not a cop. He's just security.
Doesn't have a degree.
I say Jewel, it's our main grocery store. If you got a Jewel card, saving less is more. I say Jewel, it's our main grocery place. If you shop at Mariano's, your life's a waste, bitch.
It's our grocery store of choice. It's our grocery store of choice. It's our grocery store of choice.
Fucking five.
What
do you mean you don't take the card anymore?
It's our grocery store.
I'm taking this fucking card then.
It's our grocery store of choice. It's our grocery store of choice.
2 for $5. 2 for $5. 2 for $5.
Someday you'll find me dancing at 64, showing that we wanted more. Will you still need me, feed me? Stepping out, dancing at 64, 64, with the outrageous vibe still cutting on the dance floor.
In 1827, the owner of a nearby hotel, William Forsyth, staged the first tourist stunt at Niagara Falls by sending a lake schooner with a cargo of live animals over the falls. So William filled it with a buffalo, 2 small bears. Small bears. You don't want to put too big of a bear on there, because you need room for 2 raccoons and a dog.
And they needed 2 raccoons with their tiny little human hands to control the thing.
Yeah, I guess so, because, raccoons to me are not that impressive. He was just like, throw 2 raccoons in there. We got room for them. After the schooner was sent adrift, the 2 bears jumped free and swam to safety. Steve, I think we're heading down the river.
Okay, you know what? Let's go. Let's swim.
Don't those idiots know there's falls at the end of this?
Yeah, let's. I'm sick of those 2 raccoons anyway, giving us a hard time.
Oh, they're the worst, just eating garbage, those garbage pandas. The rest of the animals perished going over the falls. Of course they did. They all died. He killed all those animals.
What great time for entertainment. Hey, dear, do you want to head down to Niagara Falls to watch a dead buffalo carcass bob around? Ooh, how delightful.
Bidding and boot stop. You ever see so amazing? If you've been in, then why can't you see it? These words are simple, yet you can't seem to see them at all. You've been in, then why can't you see it? I see time, see it through the both of us. I'm too scared to love you.
Welcome to 91 Donkey Lane, an inauspicious apartment complex that holds many magical secrets. Currently, it's inhabited by 2 idiots, Nate Lopez and Robert Bacon, who have no idea of its true power and refuse to get along. These are their adventures.
Now, we are whispering to you guys right now because we heard a murderer break into the house, and we both panicked like idiots in a horror film and hid in the closet. Try not to make too much noise.
I'm not making any noise at all.
But we've been in here for goddamn hours.
Yes, it's been a long time.
And I can't believe he hasn't found us yet because this goddamn meatloaf dog.
Yeah, this is Rover the meatloaf dog.
Get away from the closet. The murderer's going to find us. What is he even doing? He's just kind of hanging out right now. Hold on, let's see if I can hear what he's doing. He's playing Wii U.
He's playing Wii U. Yeah, you can. You can hear the Mario music.
Why is he playing?
I don't know. Well, sometimes you get caught up in one of the speed runs, you know. Yeah.
Anyway, he's just kind of hanging out in here.
Yeah, he's just. I don't know what his plan is.
Shh, meatloaf dog! You're gonna get us killed. I hate that you're attached to this thing. You shouldn't have named him.
Well, I had to. I'm sorry. He was so cute. So I made a meatloaf. I set it for 350 degrees to, an hour, just like normal. And when it dings, I hear a. And this little thing comes running out. Anyways, a meatloaf kind of turned into a dog, and so I'm keeping it.
It's filthy.
It's
getting shit everywhere.
It shits little meatballs, though. It's very
disgusting.
Cute. It's very cute.
They're
very good too.
When it wags its dumb little tail, ketchup goes
everywhere. Shh, be quiet.
I'm sorry.
You keep raising your voice.
I don't know. Hold on, let's see what he's doing. He's playing the maracas.
We have maracas?
I didn't have maracas.
Did he bring maracas? What kind of a murderer brings maracas?
Are we sure he's a murderer?
I mean, he's wearing a mask and carrying a machete and covered in blood.
Dog is pissing.
Well, yeah. Careful.
Pissing.
It's actually gravy.
Yeah.
It's a little too salty. You have to cut it with some water or your own pee.
My clothes are going to reek like gravy.
And pee. It maintains some of that as well.
Oh, I hate living here.
We sleep more, we lose time, we let go. It's time to stay awake. Hey! I'm so on this fiction. I wanna feel alive again. You are my ocean, and I'm still learning how to swim. We're learning how to sleep more, we lose time, we let go. Stay up, stay out, and stay gone. I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay. Sleep more, lose time, and let go. Stay up, stay out, and stay gone. I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay.
We're back. We got some more comments from Jackknife, specifically a quote from Nate Lopez in 2025. Positivity is good. Let's bring back in all of our esteemed judges real quick. We've got Nate Lopez, our guest, Chris, and Katie Hampton getting comfy with some ice cream on the couch.
Yeah. Man, cookie butter ice cream from Trader Joe's. That shit slaps.
And I assume this has nothing to do with the beverages you were having earlier in the day.
It's a hot day in LA, guys. It's a very hot day.
Don't you? It looks like you got a very, very thick robe on too. Maybe that has something to do with it.
I gotta tell you, this right here, this is my high school graduation robe.
Wow, you kept
Still
that?
fit into it. Congratulations.
I'm not gonna lie, I am very proud of that. Especially as I eat cookie butter ice cream.
Well, Katie, if you're feeling hungry, then I got some great news for you, because today's cold case is a cereal commercial. So, if you remember growing up in the 80s and 90s, there were all types of one-off cereals presented by favorite characters. Mr. T had his own cereal, for example, showing up predominantly in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But those of you who know me will not be shocked to know that I love this commercial, but will be shocked to know that I have never had this cereal. And that's going to be kind of what we talk about with this cold case. So here is the commercial.
We're in the Muppet Test Kitchen, where the Swedish chef is trying to make his delicious star-shaped cereal new Crunchy Stars with cinnamon toast taste. It seemed impossible, and then it hit him.
Stars! Yes, Scrumptious.
Scrumptious Crunchy Stars, part of this nutritious breakfast.
Wow.
Yes, Scrumptious.
Crunchy Stars, great taste from Post and the Swedish chef.
So that was for Crunchy Stars. Does anyone remember the existence of Crunchy Stars?
I did, and I loved them.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
I feel like I would have been freaked out by that commercial because, like, the dough was moving.
Yeah, why is the dough moving?
Yeah, they look like squids and stuff. Like, what was it? Was just like, I know that like the idea hit him, but
It's just the Muppets, man.
That's
Food
just how the
talks.
Muppets. Listen, that's just Muppets logic. You can't question Muppet logic.
Why not?
Imagine Cinnamon Toast Crunch, except it's like Kix and a little like more buttery, if that makes sense. I thought they were delicious. They were horrible for you. This was such a horrible breakfast for children.
How much sugar do you remember?
I don't remember. I know it had more sugar than like Frosted Flakes and even some of the fruity ones like Fruity Pebbles and Captain Crunch, that kind of stuff. But it was one of the highest sugar cereals out there.
Was it called Crunchy Stars because it was a Swedish chef based cereal, or was Swedish chef brought in as the spokesman of Crunchy Stars after the fact?
I think Matt Kelly hit it. I mean, you might have information, Matt, but every celebrity had cereal in the 80s, and I think this was a collaboration.
Swedish Chef was one of the biggest celebrities of them all.
I mean, Swedish Chef was really a one-trick pony.
Not like that talented Mr. T.
I mean, he had a few tricks.
So obviously I'll bring up a quick Muppets fact here. Let me bring back up this commercial for a quick second. So something about the Swedish Chef that I've always found kind of interesting, and I didn't notice it as a kid, I definitely learned it as an adult, is that it is human hands through those sleeves.
Yep.
with
the only one.
No.
Face. Yeah. So
it's never that. He usually has his Muppet hands.
no,
Nope.
it's
Whoa.
always,
He's always
human
had
hands.
human hands.
So the way that Swedish Chef worked, so in the Muppet Show, the Muppet Show is strongly canned laughter, right? Because it's obviously not live. The only sketches where you can hear actual genuine human laughter are in the Swedish Chef sketches, because all of the other Muppeteers would sit around and watch the filming of those and like lose their minds, because the way the Swedish Chef sketches worked is like, if you've ever played that weird camp game where one person puts their arms behind their back like that and someone else's hands is controlling it. was that like Jim Henson would be controlling the head and doing the voice, but he wouldn't be able to see what the hands were doing the whole time. So he's just like riffing and improvising with whatever, I think it was Frank Oz's hands were doing while they were doing the sketches. So yeah, just a fun little Muppets fact.
That's so funny.
Didn't know that. Yeah.
So here's my question. This isn't going to be so much of a vote one today. Let's say this trend comes back. It's 2025. What celebrity cereal or fictional character cereal,
Timothy Chalamet.
if you see on a box, you're like, I'm buying that. Okay.
I know Nate Lopez is going for Timothy Chalamet.
I would buy that in a heartbeat. Oh, Timmy C, baby.
I have a multi-billion-dollar idea. I'm actually kind of scared to say it because I'm probably going to do it and make multi-billion. I went with my girlfriend and her son to see the Minecraft movie.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh,
Minecraft
yeah.
cereal.
That has to be a thing, right?
And
they made Minecraft
no,
everything.
I'm not saying Minecraft cereal. I'm saying there was one particular moment in the movie where I was like, what? And all the kids went crazy. And it was, they showed this little Frankenstein guy jumped on the back of like a chicken. And when that happened, I'm telling you, kids started moshing. And it's like a chicken. If they make that guy who rides the chicken his own cereal, it's multi-billion dollars. I'm trying to see what it's called. Frankenstein guy on
My
chicken.
15-year-old talked specifically about that moment in the movie. He said he loved it, and the audience went crazy in the theater he was watching in.
Chicken Jockey. It's called the Chicken Jockey. And for
Got
some
it.
reason, when that came on, just everybody started clapping and cheering. I'm like, whoa, I wasn't informed I was supposed to do it. Was like it being at Rocky Horror Picture Show or something. Like all the kids knew to go crazy when they showed that on the screen. I don't know why.
But did they throw any spoons at the screen or anything? Or?
No, but I was in a very tame theater because after the fact, I had my friend Tony Hartman was sending me videos of that if that thing got its own cereal, that would be the biggest cereal of all time.
Jesus, that's horrifying.
The nose is really bothering me.
It's very, what's it?
This is
Fallout.
Right.
Not in love with that.
Many Minecraft, like they're called mobs, but they're basically non-player controlled bad guys. And one of them is like the zombies, and they slowly come at you. But then there's the baby ones that move like fucking lightning, and they're terrifying. So that's like just one part of it. Yeah, Chicken Jockey.
So you've played Minecraft?
My friend, I need you to understand. I have Minecraft up on my Switch right now.
Oh, okay. All right. I never played it. So. I
saw this movie.
I saw this movie with no context.
You basically sat through like a Latin lecture.
I sat through Jack Black being Jack Black for an hour and a half.
No, I did hear that Jennifer Coolidge was like the best part of the movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
don't know.
Guess.
I haven't seen it.
That's my vote. Jennifer Coolidge cereal.
Yes.
There you go.
I was gonna say, is there a character from White Lotus, Chris, that you would like to see as a cereal? Because I was gonna suggest Dylan G cereal.
Dylan, who's Dylan?
Severance
G?
cereal would be great. Severance cereal would be great.
It's just like life. Like it's just like whatever, like whatever's like the least
I feel like
flavorful cereal or Kix. Yeah, like it's got to be like the blandest cereal is the Severance brand cereal.
To me,
But
Kix
whatever,
is
like-
this.
Yeah,
I was
Kix
gonna
is the
say-
cereal that like Christians make to appeal to kids. You know.
I totally ate that shit. I bet you anything it is a Christian company. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one cereal, and that one cereal is Honey Nut Cheerios. That's the only cereal I don't get away from me with all other cereal. That's the only cereal I want.
Wow. Some strong
I'm-
opinions.
I'm a man in his 40s, so it's only Magic Spoon for me.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, that is basically the gist of my little segment. So, Nate, it is all on you to wrap it up
Wonderful.
tonight.
All righty. Oh God, that's so. You make it sound so ominous. All right,
Looking for the
I'm
CrossFit
gonna.
commercial.
By the way, for those of you wondering, the YouTube channel's name is Rhino Stew. He's got hours and hours of Willy Wonka Snowpiercer stuff.
Nice.
So today, I am presenting a case that predates the internet. To a degree. The internet as we know it. These are memes before the information superhighway. This is Gerbils, Kilroy, and Marilyn Manson. Let's go on a journey, friends. Here's a picture. This is a young Nate Lopez. Could be anywhere between the age of 8 and 15. I pretty much looked like that for 7 years. There were things this little boy knew that I just really not sure how he knew, but everybody knew them. Okay, I can say 2 words. Oh, by the way, he's very cute.
He is cute. I support that.
Oh, yeah.
All I have to do is show this picture.
Yep.
And people my age know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
You say Marilyn Manson. Oh, you know that kid from Wonder Years? He grew up to be Marilyn Manson. Everyone knew this. Well, this kid from Wonder Years, a.k.a. Paul Pfeiffer, a.k.a. Paul Saviano. He is not Marilyn Manson, a.k.a. Brian Warner, a.k.a. that creep dickhead. They're not the same person. It's interesting because I was a child who went to many, many different elementary schools, many different middle schools, and thankfully one high school. I will say in high school, though, every single person I knew in my high school and outside of my high school, my age, knew this. My cousins that lived in Ogden, Utah, which was 100 miles away, knew this. My friends who moved out of state knew this. Everyone knew it. But that wasn't it. There was more. Oh, by the way, this is Paul Saviano now. Very, very handsome. Yeah, he's a
very
lawyer.
good, yeah.
He's a lawyer in New York City, just living his best life.
Who thought he'd have such a chiseled... man, Paul Pfeiffer looks good.
Right? The man became handsome.
Probably not eating cookie butter ice cream.
That's
this
baby
is,
blues, Paul Pfeiffer.
And this is the creep dickhead now. We'll send him where he belongs.
Ah.
That's not all we know about the creep dickhead, though. Because we all said this once.
Oh, yeah.
I heard from my older cousin that he heard from a guy who knows a kid who was babysat by Marilyn Manson's cousin who says that he removed a rib so that he could suck himself off.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that one too. It was always
yeah.
you'd say he's the kid from
I
Wonder
know
Years. I heard he took a rib out. Everyone knew this. So where did these come from? Well, you have to trace them back. Marilyn Manson wasn't the first one who was really accused of removing a rib. Marilyn Monroe was the first.
What?
They said she took out a rib to make herself look smaller. Some other celebrities accused of this: Janet Jackson, Cher, and a surprising one, Little Richard. So, yeah, all 4 of these. There's a whole list on the internet. These are the biggest 4. These were more local, but or these weren't as big as the Marilyn Manson one. But if you go back, it's the same rumor for different reasons. These 3 were to look slimmer. Little Richard's was more salacious along the line of Marilyn Manson. But that's not it. There was another meme that we all knew. I'm just going to read to you for a second. A 26-year-old male arrives at the ER complaining of rectal bleeding. He is too embarrassed to provide an accurate history, but provides the examining doctor a clue. There might be something stuck in my rear end, he says. Examination reveals a non-tender abdomen, but a rectal exam shows blood coming from his anus. A speculum exam reveals bloody stool and a dead gerbil. Apparently, through the cardboard tubing from a paper towel roll, the rodent had been forced inside of him. Once he was in, the tube was pulled out. And here's a cute little gerbil eating carrots. You can read the rest if you want. We all know who I'm talking about. Mr. Richard Gere. This is another one. Everybody knew. Marilyn Manson and Richard Gere. You knew exactly what was coming next. It was kind of a mystery, right? It's one of those things you wanted to believe, but you kind of knew it was false, but everybody repeated it, so it became true. Well, it is false. Mr. Richard Gere never put a gerbil in his butt. He never had to go to the doctors. The question is why, though? Why did this happen? And where did it come from? Well, Rod Stewart had a similar one. His was about pumping his stomach of a certain substance. Elton John had the same pre-internet meme, which was very similar to the gerbil one. And one more person who is considered the first one to have his stomach pumped and who maybe put things in the other end. Little Richard again.
Wow.
So the question is, why did this happen? Well, my friends, it's called gay panic. That's all it was, really. These men, 2 of them are openly homosexual. The other one is Rod Stewart. And then there is Richard Gere. The rumors spread was aided by an anonymous prankster who, not long after the film Pretty Woman, which Richard Gere was in, led to a tremendous increase in Gere's popularity. He flooded fax machines in Hollywood with a phony press release purportedly issued by the Association for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, claiming that Gere had abused a gerbil.
Oh my God.
As a reporter from the National Enquirer found when he attempted to track down the gerbil story, there were no facts to be had. Pretty Woman comes out in 1991-ish, maybe 89, I can't remember. But a prankster sends facts to everyone who mattered in Hollywood, saying that this happened to Richard Gere, and that's how it started. There's another big write-up here. This is an actual poll from United Press International article that gets cited. This is a fake publication, but this was the article that ran in newspapers across the country. So we actually have a starting point for this particular meme. Some joker in Hollywood started it. The news ran with it, and it filtered down to children all across America. So what does this mean? Memes have been here forever. Kilroy was here as a big one in World War II. This was a rivet inspector on buildings. Had to initial the rivets when he looked at them. He got bored of writing KR, so he started writing Kilroy was here. That turned into a cartoon because this was a famous cartoon at the time. World War II soldiers had seen this back in the States, in New York City in particular, took it with them to Europe and started writing it on bunkers and trees and walls, and next thing you know, Kilroy has visited the entire world. Frodo Lives is the same thing. Started in England after Lord of the Rings. Somebody wrote it on a wall. Somebody else picked it up. And now Frodo Lives is everywhere. This S was written by one person. His friend saw it, wrote it again, and now every single kid I knew had this S on their Trapper Keeper growing up. Memes are started because people are bored and they copy each other. That's it. I am asking you, Internet Supreme Court, to vote meme culture in general as innocent, because this is pretty harmless fun and I love it. And memes started way before the internet. So let's just give it a little innocent today. That's all. I rest my case.
I want to bring one more thing to the table. This probably will not affect people's votes, but you say it's innocent. You say that memes are innocent, and I have some information for you specifically about this Kilroy that you speak of.
Ooh, please tell me.
Did you know that famed bad movie director Kevin Smith made a movie inspired by Kilroy was here and released it as an NFT? Look at this nightmarish thing.
Oh God, yeah, I know about this movie.
Whoa.
Yep, this is after he left Hollywood. Huge air quotes.
What?
Can anything truly be innocent if a nightmare like this is released upon the world?
I am a known Kevin Smith apologist, and I will never watch this.
Same.
Yeah.
Also, because
same.
I wasn't going to get an NFT from Kevin Smith, no matter how much I like his movies.
Oh my God! Remember NFTs?
Oh,
Boy,
that was a
do
weird
I.
week.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Well-
dishonorable bacon.
You're asking for innocent on all of this.
Just on
And-
memes in general, it seems I'm gonna go against you. I'm
That's
I'm
okay.
going guilty here. Because I don't know if spreading rumors about gay panic is innocent fun.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think it's the spirit of the sharing that I was more talking, but I understand. It's okay if you want to make it guilty.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think drawing that S and Kilroy
Yeah.
until Matt reminded us of the Kevin Smith NFT. I think those are innocent, but some of the other stuff, the pumping of stomachs and the I mean that sucks because like still to this day, you
Mhm.
know, I don't know much about Richard Gere's personal life. He might be like a pretty decent guy for all I know, but that sucks that to this day people still that's the first thing people think of when they
It's
think
in his
of
Wikipedia article. Yeah, it shows up.
that sucks for him.
All right,
Okay.
I agree with that.
That's I mean, you know, if any of us were famous enough to have a rumor started about us, I'd be so pissed if it was something like that. Like, I don't know. I would have, if I were him, I'd have come out and been like, yo, I know you're all hearing the, like, he never talked on it. Did he? Did he ever speak on it?
I
No.
don't think so. And I feel like that's kind of the smartest move because it's like, I'm
Is
not
it?
going to give credence to it
Yeah,
by
yeah,
just
there's-
not talking about it. I feel like
I-
it's a classier move.
See,
Yeah,
in
sure,
like
yeah.
in the vein of like I think innocent internet fun, and I genuinely don't remember almost any of the details here. But like I remember in like 2004, there was some random celebrity. We'll just pick a random celebrity's name from 2004, where like someone thought it'd be funny to just keep updating their Wikipedia page saying that they were like an avid jet skier. Like and like anytime
That's
it would get
fun.
taken down, they would put it up. And it was like getting to the point that like this person would go on talk shows and they would want to talk to them about their love of jet skiing. And the
Oh,
person
that's
would be like,
hilarious.
I have no passion for jet skiing.
That's very
That's
funny.
fun.
Yeah. Like,
I like the spirit of chaos that's innocent chaos and not
yeah.
hateful.
No,
I
that makes
guess.
sense. I think my wording was bad. I think I had a bad argument today, so I do appreciate it.
No, you didn't. No,
Yeah.
you didn't. No, and
I loved
I
it.
would say this. It's still the impetus of like bringing something to the table. You know, like it's taking a story that might be true for somebody, but like giving it more groundedness by like putting it in a very, I don't know, popular fashion with a good image behind it that you're familiar
Mhm.
with, like a Richard Gere, like a, you know, Homer Simpson fading into the bushes type of thing. So, you know what? You convinced me. The internet memes, they're not guilty.
That's kind of what I'm. I don't think the memes themselves are guilty. I think that I don't
Well,
know.
like- How about this one? Who in their growing up knew about a teacher who had a student named Shathid?
What?
No?
No.
Is that
I
not?
did.
It's like, yeah, exactly. In that, like, somebody was like a teacher. It's like, well, my sister's friend's a teacher, and she had this like thing. She was like, I don't know how to say this, but it looks like shithead, and then someone saying it's Shathid.
Shathid.
Gotcha.
I feel like it's very similar. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Orangelo, Lamangelo, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just to me, I was just struck by how interesting it was that these memes actually made it across America.
I mean, that is the baffling
Yeah.
thing. Like, how did me in a small suburb of Pennsylvania, how did every boy in our school know that Marilyn Manson was both the kid from Wonder Years and had a rib removed?
It's that's the question, right? Because you can trace them to where they started. You know they're not true, but like how the hell and it's just like that's why I talked about the Kilroy thing. One person did it, another person saw it, said, "Huh, I guess I'll do it."
Yeah.
And as soon as you have two people doing something, I mean, now it's a Brady Bunch phone call. Everybody's doing it. It's wild.
Well, I think, unfortunately for this one,
Cheap banks! Cheap banks!
good old friend of the podcast, William Hung.
Yes, I'm so glad that we finally got to use that, but I'm sad Bacon wasn't here for it. But I'm really glad that Chris was.
I may have been in a room with William Hung at the Super Bowl. I didn't
that
know.
is a good point.
It might have been him because several of us said, "Is that William Hung?" and then we're like, "No, that can't be." But then Matt filled me in that William Hung apparently at some point in the past few years was a big gambler.
Yeah.
So it probably was him in that room.
That's incredible.
That's basically the
Good for
story,
him.
Bacon.
Yeah, Bacon. I was at a Super Bowl party where there were a lot of famous people. Is basically the story, and we thought we saw William Hung in this room. Now, the people in this room, Joe Burrow was in this room, Emma Roberts was in this room, Robert Kraft was in this room. All these people were like, it was just a room full of celebrities, and a couple of us were like, "Is that William Hung? No, it can't be William Hung." We decided it wasn't him, but this party was sponsored by Fanatics Sports Betting. And so now,
yeah, Bacon found out in his research for his William Hung story that he did have a gambling addiction for a while. So
I think there's a 70% chance that was William Hung at that party, which is pretty awesome.
I think it's climbing. I think that's up to 89% right now. That just seems accurate.
They discouraged the pictures. I should have took a pic.
Well,
what's that sound?
You know what that music means. We've solved a lot of cases today.
Oh, yes, we have.
And I think our big takeaway is be kind to each other.
Are we going to sing a song?
No, we're just going to strip and talk about what we learned today. And I think what we learned today is that Katie is still a shill. That we want
I will
more.
do anything for money, guys. I really will. It's almost egregious how much I will do it.
That we want more optimistic memes in this world and bring back celebrity serials is my big takeaways. But how about you guys? What were your takeaways this week while I try to take off this tie?
I think what I took away is I had more time to think on it. And I think that an amazing serial would be, because we saw a picture of him nowadays, Paul Savano? Is that how you say it? A Paul Savano-based cereal would be...
Yeah, but you would cut your teeth on that chin.
I know, it would be gorgeous. Blue marshmallows to match his baby blues.
I was really hoping you were going to say a Kilroy was here cereal box.
That's a good one.
I did hear, though, that Kevin Smith, he actually shortened his femurs so that he would be the same height as his wife.
Wow.
I believe that.
Well, let's pass that one along.
Has anyone gotten a rib actually removed? I know that probably not any of those people, but is that a thing?
From what I could see, the research says it's possible, but there's no known cases of people actually doing it.
Okay.
That'd be insane.
Same with the gerbil. Yeah, they say medically, yes, but they've never seen it.
Okay.
Well, guys, good night. Don't be condescending to each other. Be kind.